Hopefully you guys have pita. We're going to use cucumber and carrots.
Josh, we're ready when you are. I hit record. If anybody has a big problem with that, send me a message. But
Okay,
I'm going to primarily be focused on Josh anyway. So.
Okay, so today we're doing hummus. We're going to do more of an Israeli style versus a Mediterranean style, which is heavier on the garlic and lemon juice. Hopefully everybody who's cooking along with us has pre-boiled their garbanzo beans, their chickpeas, and they've gotten to the point where they look like this. They've split open a little bit. Let me just grab one here. And they're kind of breaking apart a little bit. They're creamy. They're getting like split open. So the secret to creamy hummus is overcooked chickpeas. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to juice a lemon. And we're going to look for about 1/3 of a cup. I started it so that you guys didn't have to wait for me. And then we'll take it from here. So I have one of these handy dandy things that fills up the cup with the juice. Maybe you have something that looks like this. Squeeze it in. Those are good too. I would stay away from just squeezing the lemon unless you put some sort of fine sieve or cheesecloth or something to catch the seeds in. Otherwise, you're going to have bitter kind of bits in there. The other thing when you're juicing, the white part here is really bitter. Okay, so the zest is good for cooking with. The juice is good for cooking with. Stay away from the white stuff. All right, so we have our lemon juice freshly squeezed. And now we're going to move to our food processor. For this application, that is your best friend. If you don't have it, we've already kind of talked about this. A blender will work. It's going to take a little bit more manipulation. You're going to have to probably scrape down the sides, swirl it around a little bit. You can also use an immersion blender, which this is just the bottom part, where you stick it in a bowl and you just kind of blend it up this way. Kind of Mike Myers style. It's a Halloween reference, huh? Mike Myers, knife? All right. Anyway. All right, so we're going to take our juice. We're going to pour that into the food processor. Then we have 4 cloves of garlic, peeled. Because we're throwing them in the processor, you don't have to smash them. However, if you take them whole with the skins on and you smash them then, it's easier to get the skins off. So that's just a trick that might be one. So we're throwing those in, and we're also going to put in a 1/2 teaspoon, and I know that the 1/2 teaspoon is too pinches to change, of salt. And we're going to put that in the blender. And we're just going to pulse it.
So because I'm muted, they're seeing mostly you from there. So I think we need to swap.
All right, so we're going to pulse it until you have broken up the garlic pieces, and just allow that to sit in the lemon juice for 10 minutes. While we wait for that, we're going to make our drink, which you guys get to name.
Wait, there's a question. Do we drain the chickpeas from the liquid?
Not yet. We will when they're ready, but we're going to put the hot chickpeas into the blender or the food processor. So you don't want to drain them until right before we're going to do that. Whose question was that?
Sandra's.
Sandra, got it. All right. We were making a drink. All right, so I'm going to take some mint from the garden, throw that in, and I'm going to muddle that. Get one more piece. With a little lime juice.
Does this get to be my drink?
I guess so.
Guys, Barry has a question, I believe, while you are mixing.
Question.
Can you turn your volume up?
Yep.
What's the question?
Wait, Barry, you're still muted.
Oh, here. Okay. Did you say lime and mint?
I did.
Tell them it's for.
I don't see them on the list.
This is for the drink. This is the bonus round. This is just to occupy some time while we let the garlic and the lemon juice steep in the.
Oh, you're making a mojito.
Yeah, ish. That was the basis of what I'm making. But again, you guys will get to name it. All right, this is just my homemade simple syrup. I'm just gonna put a couple dashes of that in there. Simple syrup, really easy to make. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water. Put it in a pot. Turn the heat on the medium and stir it until it goes clear. Once it's clear, pour it in a jar and you got simple syrup. All right, next step is, and this is what you probably won't have, we have our special Purim Etrog rum
We have so much.
that needs to get drank.
I do too, Carrie. I do too.
So we're gonna pour a little of the Etrog rum in there. This is for you.
I don't know.
And
Oh,
we'll put a little
God.
more in. And the last thing we have is I brewed some passion fruit tea. I did not use passion fruit. It's all it is follow me.
Following.
Tazo brand passion fruit tea makes a
Ice.
huge
But it's ice.
iced tea. Makes a huge picture. But you can use hot tea and then just let it cool. It doesn't have to be iced tea. Iced tea is just hot tea. That's big cold. So we're gonna pour a bit of that in there. And this is gonna be pretty cool. And now we're gonna throw in some ice. Hey, I'm gonna...
Yeah, you're getting iced. I don't need to watch to get iced. Voila.
And we're gonna stir and garnish.
So pretty. Wow. Is it good?
Cheers.
My turn. Mmm. Yummy.
You can ask.
Cheryl, what are you making?
Everybody, not the rum. She's only having passion fruit tea.
Whatever Josh is making, I'm making. I don't know. I followed his directions.
So
Associated with this?
Yeah, I have alcohol.
Nobody told me that.
I've flavored vanilla rum.
there you
All
go.
I don't know. It works, right? I just followed your steps. I don't know. Let's see how it tastes. It's good.
Okay, so think about what you want to call this. Maybe
It's good
that
here.
gives you a blaster. I don't know. Whatever. So, all right. So now let's back to the hummus. We've eaten up some time. So 10 minutes have gone by. We're gonna steep. We've steeped the lemon. Now you have to decide whether or not you like a lot of garlic, a little bit of garlic, no garlic. It's all up to you. The garlic is flavored the lemon juice. I like a lot of garlic, so I tend to leave most of it in the blender. However, I fish out like a quarter of it. If you don't love garlic, dish it all out. If you love it, leave it all in there. If you don't know, take out half. So I only take out this much, and I leave the rest in there because I love garlic. All right, next step is tahini. And, boy, I threw away the thing. So we're gonna need about a cup of tahini. Because I used the can and I pre-boiled the chickpeas, I noticed that they broke down a lot. I don't think I'm gonna have as much chickpeas as you guys are gonna have. So I'm reducing the amount of tahini and lemon juice that I use just so I don't have too thin of a mixture. You gotta kind of play with it. If it's better to be thicker, you can always add ice water to thin out the hummus. If you want to make it thicker, you got to add more chickpeas. That's pretty much all you can do. So I'm taking what is 2/3 of a cup of tahini, but the recipe kind of calls for a cup. And I'm going to pour that into the blender. Processor, excuse me. I was talking about blenders earlier. We should make this bunch of speaking of blenders. And excuse me. We're gonna add, again, this is all up to your preference. So I'm using a teaspoon of cumin. You can use a little more. If you like it, you can use a less. If you don't like it, but you need some. How much is kind of up to you. The first time I'd go with a teaspoon and then take it from there. You can reduce or move forward. Now we're going to puree this. We're going to blend. I don't know. Process this. You're going to notice that as you process it, the tahini is going to start to seize up and become thick. That's perfectly normal. Don't let it freak you out. Okay. So now we're, oh, that's really thick. We're now at a thick peanut butter consistency. And now we're going to thin it out using ice water. And we're going to keep thinning it until we have a paste that is a kind of ale consistency. Okay, so you'll notice it started getting paler when you open this up. And it's now kind of a off-white, beige-ish color. We want to go a little bit creamier than that. All right. Now we have tahini, and this can be the base of a multitude of different recipes. You can use this for hummus. You can, instead of using chickpeas, you could bake or grill an eggplant with some olive oil, and now you have baba ganoush. You blend it in with that. You could take black beans and cook those like you would the garbanzo beans, put it in. Now you have black bean hummus, pinto beans, black-eyed peas, doesn't matter. All of that stuff. And you're basically just using this base of tahini to thicken that. I'm going to take a little bit of this out. Just to make sure that my recipe comes out to the right consistency. I can always add it back in if I need to. And from here, we're going to add another pinch of salt. And now we're going to drain the chickpeas. Okay, now let's talk about this stuff. So, depending on what I'm doing and who I'm making it for, I may pick those out. Those are the skins. If you're fine dining, you pick them out. If you want to go rustic, you leave them in. They're not going to hurt you. You won't taste them. They will puree. You probably won't even know they're there. So, for ease and for tonight's purposes, we're going to just leave the rest of them in there. I did pick out about half of them now with Tyler's help. Okay. Sorry, Goose. All right, chickpeas into the process. And this again. You can see as you're processing, they're just incorporated at this point. Now, so
Open it. It's hard to see.
the more you process, the finer you're going to get. I would occasionally scoop down the sides just to get it all incorporated. I'm really glad I pulled out that tahini. I want it to be a little bit thinner than this, but not much thinner. And we still have a couple of other things to add. So I'm going to just puree this a little bit more. Okay.
I'm in this one.
And as it's going, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And this is just by feel. It's probably going to end up being about a tablespoon. And I'm going to pour it while the blade is running. And that's going to emulsify the olive oil in with the chickpeas. All right. Now, the most important thing is taste your hummus. Finger on it. I think we need a little more salt. I'm going to throw that in there. Sorry, Fran. And what else? A little bit more lemon juice. I'm going to squeeze it directly in there.
So Josh, if most people are like me, how do they know if they've put in enough olive oil or if it's too much or what that line is?
As you're blending it, so as you're blending it, it should move. So you're going to see the consistency of it. The olive oil is not necessary. It just makes it a little bit creamier. Again, a tablespoon won't kill you, but if you don't like olive oil, you can go less. If you like it, you can go more. Don't go too much because you're going to add more on top later as a garnish. But basically what you want it to do, you want to see it running around the blade. Swirling like a whirlpool.
Did you catch that? The swirling like
Swirling
a whirlpool.
like a whirlpool was the
Yeah.
I'm adding a little bit more water.
We've never really made hummus.
And we're done. So this is the consistency I'm looking for. I want it to kind of drip off, but not, we'll call that stiff peaks. Like if you were doing egg whites, it holds itself, but you can move it around very easily. You're not trying to spread it like peanut butter. And let's garnish a little here. Let's put a plate together. So as you can see, I have leftover tahini. I didn't use it all. So that's why I pull it out. I pull about half of it out in the beginning because, again, you can always add it back in, but you can't take it out. So the thing with the hummus, when you serve it, best thing to do, lop it in the middle. I'm going to do about two spatulafuls. Then spread it out to your corners. All right, and then you take your third glop. I'm not going to serve the whole thing because I want it to be pretty. And we're going to make a little well in the middle. All right, and we're gonna finish it up. I like sumac, which is a Middle Eastern spice that's very lemony. It's a red color. It gives it a nice kind of pretty sprinkles on it, but you could use paprika too. That would work very well. We're gonna take some parsley and we're gonna chop that up. Sprinkle that on top. All right. And the last thing I like to put on before I put more olive oil on is za'atar, and that's a Middle Eastern spice. Has sumac in it, so if you wanted to eliminate the sumac, then just rely on this. It's got other things besides that that I can't pronounce. Hyssop, I don't know what that is, but I really like it on mine. It's kind of nutty. It's got some sesame seeds in it, and then we round it off with some more olive oil, and we just kind of fill up the well.
Voila.
Voila. All right. And then we're going to serve it with, again, I only have sliced cucumbers.
If you have pita,
If you have pita, that's the way to go. I just don't.
Cheryl wants to know if you're gonna teach how to make the pita or the laffa. It's hard because of the rising.
It takes time to do that. It takes hours because of the rising process. So I don't know. We'll have to talk to Beck about that. You might have to do a lot of that yourself, which is,
You can always do the matzah version of pita and just add flour and water and cook it on. It's not going to taste like a pita, but
I would say this: if you do have, if you go to the store and you buy your pita, definitely heat it up. Put it on in the oven, stack it like you would like tortilla shells. Put it on like 250 and leave it in there for 10 minutes and just get it warm. It's so much better when it's warm. And that's really it for the hummus. Again, it's not just hummus. You now have a base that you can make baba ganoush, which is what we did the other day. That was really good. I think we might do Israeli salad next as part of something else. So it pairs with that really well. It pairs well with sort of Middle Eastern meatballs or keftedes, which is basically like a Italian meatball, but with mint and lemon inside and oregano. So it can be used as, like the tahini can be used as a sauce. So what I'll do is I'll take that tahini that I just made, I'll further reduce it down with some more olive oil and add in some herbs like, what's the one that tastes like licorice? I'm drawing a blank. Come on.
Fennel?
No, not fennel.
It tastes like licorice.
What?
I'm drawing a blank.
za'atar?
No.
Anise.
Anise.
Not anise. It's an herb.
Anise.
It's green.
It's green.
I'm wrong.
I like it.
Tarragon.
Tarragon. That's it. Thank you.
Yes, I got it. Do I
Tarragon.
win?
Wow. Yeah. So we'll hit tarragon. We'll blend it. We'll pulse it with the tarragon and the olive oil, a little bit more lemon juice, and now you have a sauce. And you can put that sauce on different things. It works well with lamb. Works with meat or meatless meatballs, depending on your priorities. Yeah.
Josh,
It took 30
Sandra
minutes
wants to know, should we put the open tahini in the refrigerator?
Yes. So, I mean, any of these sort of things work. I use these things because they have tops that go with it. But if not, saran wrap on a glass dish will work just the same. I would avoid tinfoil. Tinfoil in the refrigerator with liquid tends to get black after a little bit of time. And this will last in the refrigerator probably 2 weeks. So don't be afraid of it. Oh, one more thing. And people are gonna look at me like I'm crazy right now, but onion and the sweet kind, like the Vidalia onions, actually goes really well with hummus, and you can eat it and use it just like pita bread.
Apparently I have to try this. Are you trying it, Tyler? Tyler's a good trier.
I don't know. I don't like raw onions anyways.
Well, what do you think?
It doesn't taste as much like a raw onion when you use it on a bagel.
Okay.
So
Hey, Tyler.
So Cheryl just texted me a picture. I'm on my phone, so I can't show him. But it's okay. Nick wants to know.
You said it's okay. Really?
No, I didn't
Hold
see
it up to the camera. Let's see.
I can't show him because I can't. I
Hold
can't.
on, I'll turn around.
No, it's
Oh.
she texted it, so I can't
Cheryl,
show everybody.
show us.
All right, hold on. Let me fix it again.
And
Nick and I are over here eating it. Hold on.
Where you got the recipe, or like what kind of recipe you're using?
Oh, okay. So the recipe
Bam.
is based.
There.
Beautiful.
Looks good.
It looks good. So that to me is a little bit thick.
I know.
I would thin it out a little
How
bit.
do you thin it out? I feel like I put too much tahini paste in it already.
Thin it out with all you need is ice water.
All I need is what?
Ice water. Sorry,
Ice water?
Ice water will thin that out.
Go get ice water.
Do
I have to put it back in the-
Juice or anything liquid. So more lemon juice will also thin it out if you want some more, bite to it.
Do I have to put it back in the blender?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Otherwise, you're going to be. Are you off Zoom?
Hold on.
Okay, hold
Barry,
on.
how did yours come out?
Got it.
Barry, Sandra, everyone, let's see how yours came out.
Spencer, stop. Oh my God, I'm not on.
Is it thick
Looks
or is
good,
it thin?
Barry.
Sure. Is that thick or thin? Oh, Sandra, very nice. Nice bowl. I love your bowl.
Fancy. I can't see.
Barry, Howie, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down.
It's good, Harry.
Good. Tasty too. It's really good. I like the recipe.
Okay, so the recipe is based off of Zahav's restaurant in Philadelphia.
Nice.
Michael Solomon's restaurant.
Yep.
If you haven't been there, it is phenomenal. You should
It is
definitely go. It's
Yeah.
worth the trip.
When you can eat in a restaurant.
When you can eat in a restaurant again.
Because it's small.
And I will say this, reservations are really hard to get. You need to basically go online at 12 o'clock midnight,
3 months before.
2 months
Oh,
before
2 months.
you want to go in order to get a reservation.
Let me see.
Or, here's a little secret tip, or you show up and you eat at the bar.
Or maybe if you know Michael Salvalo, maybe if you know him from home like Nick does, you can kind of get a reservation.
Well, apparently,
So if you grew up in Pittsburgh, maybe
that would work.
that would work. That's why he asked where you got the recipe from, because he kind of had an inkling.
It's,
I know he's written several books, and I know that was in one.
yeah. So, and we've been to his restaurant twice now, right? Once?
Just one.
Just one.
Really good.
He puts different salads on top of his hummus, which is a fantastic idea, but that's way more complicated. And he has a wood burning oven there where he does the flatbreads in. He grills eggplant, vegetables in it. And, I mean, it's worth going. If it's worth taking a 2-hour trip.
I said I'll get a slender.
I can't hear. Yeah. I think you should be the next Chef Zahav over there. You definitely are.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. Restaurant businesses aren't doing so hot right now.
I don't know. When you retire, I think you should open Chef a la Josh Zukerberg and see what happens. You never know.
Thank you. I thank you.
I see your in-laws laughing in the background.
Probably about the retirement piece.
I can't retire until he does. So, Bill, Fran, did you make it?
No, they're watching.
No, we're just
I
watching.
don't like hummus.
Who doesn't like hummus?
That's right. They don't need to make this food because they just call me up and say, hey,
We don't
Josh,
need it. We
can you
have
make this
Josh
for
to
us?
make it for us.
Right. Right.
I
Does
say,
anybody-
Josh, what time do they expect you over there?
Yeah, we're on our way.
I'll put a bowl on the deck.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Does anybody have any questions?
Did anybody come up with a name for the drink?
I like, what did you call it? The Beth Israel Blaster? I kind of like that.
You have to work the etrog into the name now.
How about a COVID etrog mule?
Right.
Okay. Let me go over the tahini with you guys too. Hold on. Where's that extra?
You have two different ones.
So this is the one that I prefer when you can get it. You can get it on Amazon. It's Baron.
You can also get that at 7 Mile, just so you know.
Okay.
You don't want to buy it on Amazon.
I don't get there very much. However,
We
if you
haven't been
go-
going into stores.
If you go to Wegmans and you need tahini, this one's really good too, and it's in a squirt bottle, which makes dosing it a little easier actually. But this one is definitely better than this one, but this one works well.
It's over here.
Sorry, my hand was on it. But bad
Josh,
so-
the hummus that was made tonight, if any of it survives, how long will it last in the refrigerator?
upwards of a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could theoretically you can make this, you know, on a Monday and serve it for Shabbat. I like to do it right before because it's always better right when you make it. It's hot, it's creamier. Once it gets in the fridge, it sort of solidifies a little bit more. So you might have to put it back in the blender, add a little bit more liquid to it, blend it up again, you know, just to get it to work. It does work well for kids' school lunches, by the way. You can put it in like these little, well, maybe not even these, but
Littler, it's fine.
you know, like a little container. Send them with some vegetables.
If only Avery liked it.
Yeah,
He
I
only
mean,
eats.
Tyler takes this stuff to school. You know, Avery won't do it.
Avery likes chocolate hummus. We'll have to try that.
Oh, that
Hey,
looks good,
Cheryl,
Carol.
say.
That
Looks
Is that
good.
better? That's better?
Yes.
Yep.
Yay! As soon as I saw the lighter color, I knew I did better the second time around. Yahoo!
Yeah, yes, grilled flatbeds work amazing.
Yay!
So like Latha recipes will work. Just
I
like
got it, look!
Yes.
I know.
Sandra, calling you out. The tahini does not need to be refrigerated. She's on mute. You're on mute. I didn't hear you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Delayed reaction.
Listen,
All right. Well, any ideas on what we should do for the next class? Anybody got any cravings?
Requests.
Can we do meat? I don't. You know, you guys tell me what you allow, what you don't allow, because I kind of.
As far as I'm concerned, you can do meat as long as it
Barry?
is kosher.
Barry, go on mute so you can talk.
What?
It has to be kosher.
How about Israeli lamb chops?
Really, lamb chops? We could do lamb chops.
As long as the meat is
I got a
kosher
month to
and
go
you're,
get 'em.
and you're not putting any dairy ingredients with it.
Well, we don't eat dairy in this house.
That's
so we're
true.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in the class will buy the meat that is appropriate to them. So
Okay.
Or just any kind of eggplant salads.
Yeah. Or for us, think of a meat substitute that we can follow your recipe, but use one of the meat substitutes because we're vegetarians.
Meat substitutes.
Well, we could do the Greek meatballs, like the Mediterranean meatballs, and then you can use, you know, Impossible meat or whatever,
Do you-
Beyond Meat.
Can you get that meat, Sandra?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, because they're so good.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
we can do that. We'll do like a form of keftedes, which is the Greek version, but we'll Israeli it up. And we can try and work on that. We'll start out with the Israeli salad next week. The Israeli salad, I don't want to do as a whole episode because
It'll take 2
it'll
seconds.
take 2 seconds. Yeah, it's just chopping vegetables, really. All right, so that works. We'll do keftedes then. Look, Beck, we don't have to have any conversations after this. This is amazing.
I need a shopping list.
That will come up with.
I have to look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ground beef or Beyond Impossible beef is your main ingredient. Fresh oregano, you're definitely going to need.
Tarragon.
Mint, tarragon.
Dave, you ate the whole mint.
Onions.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if we're going to do this in a month, if everybody has any leftover tahini that we just made, put it in a Tupperware and freeze it. And we'll thaw it out right before, and we'll use that as the sauce.
Are you talking about the lemon garlic tahini, not the tahini from the cabinet?
Yes, I'm talking about what we just made, tahini, where we took out half of it. So,
Yes, the lemon garlic.
the lemon garlic, right. So like I have the half that I saved in the bowl here. And I'll put that in the Tupperware, and then we'll take it out a week before or 3 days before the next cooking class and use that as the base for our sauce. If everybody has some. If not, unfortunately, you're going to have to take a little bit more.
Yeah, Joshua,
Yes, sir.
I have a suggestion. I appreciate you doing this, but in addition to the ingredient list, if you can maybe provide us with the utensils and that type of thing that we're going to need ahead so we know what we need to have ready,
Sure.
that'd be helpful.
Okay.
Larry.
Noted.
Like you need a food processor.
Yeah. Well, then sure,
Yes.
All right, we can do that.
Right. We're definitely going to need bowls next time. Lots of big bowls. Anything else? Anybody else have any questions, comments? Any drink?
you're all invited over on the front lawn to eat some of this stuff.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great seeing everybody.
Josh, thank you so much. This was fun.
You're welcome. See you later, Harry.
Thank you. Okay.
Be on the lookout for lots of fun classes that we're working on this summer. So
Thank you,
there'll be
Beck.
an email tomorrow. If you have any
Bye,
questions,
thank you.
out.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thanks.